right. We had a great podcast as usual. This week I brought you a whole bunch of new stuff about drones you never knew. I didn't know it either. Frank brings you an awesome twin this week in the news about Cosy, a woman by the name of Cosy. Very interesting. Richard brings you a great piece about customer retention and the most kind of sort of forgotten aspect of business. And then finally in our D block, we get a chance to learn a little bit about what Frank is doing with this new business. So let's do this, America. Hi, I'm Peter Russo, and I'm here, 101smallbusinessmastermind.com, and we have our standard cadre. Say good morning, Dick.
Good morning, Dick.
And say good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Dick.
And I'll say good morning to myself here. Okay, so let us get started, shall we? I need to share my screen first off. This is a DARPA film I ran into. This is a drone. Check that out. Isn't that something? It'll carry up to 12,000 pounds, the payload.
Oh.
Now you can bring in supplies to troops without risking helicopter pilots. Pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And now next, yeah, go ahead, Dick.
I was just going to say we're getting closer and closer to Star Wars.
The World Organization of Racing Drones announced that it will be organizing the World Drone Prix in Dubai in March 2016. The World Drone Prix is the biggest race in the industry of drone racing and one of the biggest races in the world, having a prize of more than $1 million. What do you need to participate? The World Drone Prix will be open for teams that have the following members. A pilot. The pilot's task is to control the drone, assisted at all times through direct communication by the navigator. A navigator. The navigator's task is to keep the pilot informed of the surroundings that are outside the pilot's sight in order to prevent the breaking of any regulations. A technician. The technician is responsible for the working order of the aircraft, as well as meeting word aircraft requirements and maintenance before, during, and after the competition. Pit stop personnel. Pit stop personnel are responsible for retrieving the aircraft in a safe manner. A team manager. The team manager is responsible for attending all meetings and must have a full understanding of procedures and regulation. Teams are required to register on the World Drone Prix website, www.worlddroneprix.com, and will be notified once the qualifiers are open. Qualifiers will take place around the world, and qualifying teams will be flown to Dubai to participate in the World Drone Prix in Dubai. Participating teams should be fully aware of the current code that is available on the World Drone Prix website. May the best team win.
Can you believe that?
Never heard of such a thing.
Me either. Well, wait till you see the next one now. crazy, huh? How's that?
You see how far we've come since Soapbox Derby? Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. Let's see, and I think I have another one to show too. Let me see if I can find that.
Got it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Andres. I am the pilot of the thing. I've been flying for 3 years now, FPV. Before, I was RC elite pilot, but now this is my passion, FPV racing.
Hello, my name is Jose Cueto. I will be flying FPV drones for 4 years. I am a specialist in robotics and industrial communication. I am the pit stopper in the team.
Hi, I am Luis. I have been flying FPV for 2 years. I will be the mechanic of the Andy's team.
Hello, I'm Petron Yatsna. I have been flying FPV for about 8 years, mostly multi-rotors, and I will be the manager of the group.
Hello, my name is Jorge. I have not been for very long in this hobby, but I feel passionate about it, and I will be the navigator of the team.
This is getting to be big business, guys. Check this out. This is what the pilot has to see. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that something, guys?
I had no idea they had that kind of flexibility and navigational expertise. I mean, precision, I guess is a better term.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole team of guys, you know, trying to get ready for this race in Dubai with $1 million purse. And if you're qualified and get accepted, they fly you. They fly you there. All expenses paid. Wow. This is big time stuff.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's, wow. And I assume, just like with, again, back then with computers, as they get bigger, not bigger, better and faster, they become cheaper.
Oh yeah, well, that's technology for you too, but
I love it. I love it.
I just wonder when we're going to see this coming to a town near us, you know? Drone races.
Look up in the sky.
That's right. Well, this weekend we're going to have a drone here.
Doesn't have to change. Remember the opening for Clark Kent? Look up in
No.
the sky. It's a
Oh,
bird
It's a
plane.
plane. It's a drone.
It's a drone.
It's a drone. All right, my next piece. By the way, why is this business? I mean, this is certainly business related because this industry is booming and taking off, and now we're getting into racing. Anytime you're going to get into like NASCAR racing, it's a big money. You know, lots of money. So, all right, next I want to share my screen. This is what you never want to have happen. Do you guys see anything wrong with this picture? This is the Board of Equalization, California State, right?
Mm-hmm.
The office claim this business. They haven't even claimed their own business.
Oh, really?
Yes, you can go in there and claim this business and make a mess of the site. And this is of course what we call 411 sites, and I have another example of those. Let me stop sharing here a second. But I just happened to go to pay my state taxes, and I ran directly headlong into this. And let me share my screen now again here. Okay. I ran it for the computer repair company in La Quinta. This is a site called yext.com, like next, but with a Y. And these are all what we call 411 sites. And 411 sites scrape your data and stick this stuff in there. And so why is this important? Well, the information in these things may not be absolutely correct, especially if you moved around. And as a matter of fact, 30% error rate, that's pretty low actually in comparison. They're doing pretty good. But that example of the state having that unclaimed listing, all of these have the same kind of thing. You have to claim your listing. Or at least in Google places, you have to claim your listing, or like in Yelp, they do the same darn thing. So, you know, here's Yelp, for example, and this has already been claimed here, thank golly, but you can go in and claim your opponent's site and cause rack and ruin for them. So that's something you need to, as a business, need to make sure you understand about these 411 sites and what they could do to you for your competition, what the competition could do to you if you don't claim your listings. So that's just something to keep in mind. And that's...
Peter, could you explain what claim your listings mean? I'm not sure I've ever heard that term.
Well, yes. When like if you look up things in Google Maps or Google Places, they'll have a business listed, right? And if they'll have it automatically listed. However, if you haven't claimed that, somebody else can claim it. So basically what happens when you claim it is you sign up, you get a password, you take over the site professionally on their Google Places, and nobody else can claim that. And when you claim that, you can put up pictures, that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, do you have to do that for like Google listings and Yelp and
on the big ones? On the big ones,
so
yes.
You don't just claim for what you have to claim each one of those.
Each one is separate.
Okay.
Right.
I never heard that before.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't ask to be listed?
Yeah, they do it automatically.
Do they charge for claiming?
No. Usually it's free, like Manta. Manta's these are all local type directories. That's why they call them 411 sites, 411 directory sites. We can go back and share my screen again. You can see some more of them, or, you know, look at them. But you can see here's a Google, Yahoo, Facebook, Bing, Yelp, White Pages, MapQuest, Super Pages, City Search, Local.com, Foursquare, Dex Knows, Insider Pages, Credibility.com. You know, so these are all local databases, and they have software that just runs out and scrapes information on businesses off the web and sticks them and populates their site.
See, to you know, the novice like myself, you know, this is one of the best kept secrets ever in the world, the internet world, anyways.
Right.
You know, I think you're doing a great service here. I don't think a lot of people have heard of this.
No, and on my evaluation of websites, I go find out, you know, what I use Yext to do that. So, you know, I just clicked on city squares, and so here's information about where they're listed, where they are, which is absolutely wrong. They're not listed there. That is not the right place. Oh, on 111 Washington 111. No, they're actually they're right about here, but you can see that even that's not right. No reviews read, so I could go write a negative review if I wanted to too.
Yeah.
You know, so that's an example. Yeah. Here's local pages. Let's view that listing, and this is a postal place supposedly in Dallas is what it's coming up on, but you know here. Yeah, this is supposedly here. Here's La Quinta, finally. But you know, this is a place where you can put videos if you wanted to, and comments, kind of stuff that's just kind of scary that people don't know these exist.
Right. I mean, you know, every time I Google something, I see a bunch of those, you know, the Yelps, the YPs, and those type of things. I never gave it much thought to the, you know, the impact they could have on you.
Right.
Information. If you don't claim it, you know.
Yes. It's really scary what you can find when you look up these businesses and stuff like that.
You know, I find a lot though on those maps that where they have you located is usually off by a bit. So
and sometimes that's good.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when you Google my address, if you put in North Shore, I end up about half a mile in the sea.
Yeah.
But if you put in Mecca, hey, it's dead on, you know. But they're so 411 sites. I just thought, wow, the state doesn't even claim its Google Places listing. So anybody could claim that. I hope they don't do it based on what I'm talking about here. But and they do have a disclaimer saying that you are authorized to claim this space. And so you'd be lying if you did it. You know, I don't know that matters to a lot of people these days. But anyway, so there you go. That's what I know. Any questions on that?
No.
Not, I believe I've got. There you go, Frank.
That lovely ticker tape signifying it's time for this week's twin, this week in the news. Business lessons we get from people who are newsmakers, and this week's twin is, hey, Cosy Frieldman. Thank you for the small business lesson. And the question always is,
who the heck is Cosy Frieldman?
I'm glad you asked. Cosy was born in Queens, New York. Her father was a physician, and her mother sold Rolls Royces. She was a saleswoman at a Rolls Royce dealership. Pretty professional parents, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
You would think so. Cosy is her real name. And as she states, her parents were closet hippies way back then, all right? So as a child, Cosy and her older brother, this is in New York City, Queens, they would set up a stand in their apartment building, and they would sell used books and toys to make some money. So even as a kid, Cosy knew she had kind of an entrepreneurial spirit.
Isn't it Josie Frieldman?
Pardon?
Isn't it Josie?
No, it's Cosy.
Cosy. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Cosy went to UMass Amherst, and I mention that because that's my alma mater. And she majored in communications. After graduation, Cosy looked around for a job, and she got a job working for a clothing company, where she first job was a receptionist, and she went up to East Coast sales manager for the company. So you know she was kind of an aggressive young lady, but. As with all my stories, Cosy knew this wasn't for her. She really didn't like working for somebody else. Maybe she was a brat. Maybe she was a spoiled kid. Who knows? But she wasn't very good at taking orders, I guess. And she longed to open up her own business. But as she says, and I quote her, I just didn't know what kind of business it was going to be. She had no idea. She knew she didn't want to sign the back of the check. She wanted to sign the front of the check. So as Cosy was looking for her niche, every time she met an entrepreneur, she would ask them these 3 questions. And no matter whether they were a startup or they were a person well established. How did you find that great idea for your business? How did you get the idea for your business? And what sparked it in your mind? Cosy, she wasn't an engineer like most of my people are that I talk about her. She was just a communication person. And she asked and nothing clicked. And Cosy knew that she didn't have it yet. So she kept being an employee. And then one day, there's always that one day, a friend was visiting her at her apartment in Queens, and she was telling her how, what a tough day she had. She said, you know what, I have a young nephew, and I took him to get his haircut at my salon, the adult salon. She says, and when we got there, the little boy started to cry. And he cried so much that the salon asked her and her nephew to leave. Now this is her friend's salon. Her friend was mortified, embarrassed, and angry that the place that took care of her could not cut her nephew's hair. So Cosy says, well, duh. Why'd you take him there? Just take him to a place for kids. And her friend says, I don't think there is a place for kids. Lightning hit Cosy. She said, what? There's no place for kids? She said there should be a place for kids to get a haircut. And there wasn't. So Cosy says, bingo. That was her lightning moment. She began doing research. She says, this is my opportunity to tap into a market that no one was serving or taking advantage of. But Cosy says, and now this I think is awesome. He says, I don't know enough to start my business. So she said, I have a lot to learn before I launch my great idea. And look what she did to prepare herself. She went to barber school. Now, she was an East Coast sales manager for a clothing line, right? Making good money. She went to barber school. She went to work in children-related businesses, gymnasiums, clothing stores, maybe even, there were no Chuck E. Cheese's back then, I don't think. And again, as Cosy states, I learned everything there was to know because I didn't know anything. I was not married and I had no kids. Well, it took 2 years for Cosy to open up a location because no landlord would rent to her because she was young, she was not married, and she had no experience. They said, well, you're going to fail. Get out of here. But Cosy did not give up. She went looking and looking, and finally, she found a place that was looking to rent out half of their space because they had too much space that would complement their business, and it was a maternity shop. They said, hey, we'll give you half the place. You can do what you want, she says, and we share the rent. The day she opened her first location, she called it Cosy's Cuts for Kids. It was in 1994. The day she opened, there was a line out the door waiting to get in. And the business remained steady, and there was always at least a 1 hour wait. Cosy says, I've got to open up another location. So she opened up a second successful New York City location, but Cosy did not stop from there. She realized there was no professional quality hair products made specifically for children. They were using adult hair products. And she says, nah, these kids deserve their own products. So she created her own line called So Cosy Hair Products for Kids. And that took off. But wait, there's more. Cosy also created a specific product to address a problem that most parents faced, and I bet you all 3 of us faced when our kids went to school. It was called lice. No matter how good we take care of our kids. Right? So Cosy created a specific product. She called it Boo to scare the lice, to treat the lice problem. But wait, there's more. Cosy has also written an Amazon bestseller titled Guide Girls to Hair. Not bad for a former clothing line receptionist who knew she wanted to open up her own business. I'm impressed with Cosy Frieldman. By the way, her maiden name was Wallen. And she married a guy she met at UMass Amherst, who was, I think, an investment banker or something. So small business lesson. And I got this from an interview Cosy gave a while back. She said, what is your philosophy for being successful when you start a business? And here's the 4 things she said. And I think these are 4 small business lessons. Number 1, listen to your customers. What do they want? You know what her friend wanted? Her friend wanted a place to take her nephew to get his hair cut. Pretty good. Number 2, listen to your staff. She says, they are your eyes and ears. Her staff came coming back and said, Cosy, our customers, they don't know how to treat the lice for kids. So she created a problem for them. Number 3, offer something different. Cosy's haircut place doesn't have chairs. They have little Jeeps. She has videos playing on the wall of kids' movies. They have toys and coloring books and just anything to make it a pleasant experience getting a haircut as opposed to saying, oh, I got to get my haircut. Okay. She was different. And Cosy offered a specialty to a niche that no one else was satisfying. So here's my question to small business owners. In your industry, who are the problem clients that your competitors rather not deal with? Nobody wants to deal with kids getting their hair cut. And can you serve these clients profitably? If you serve them well, they will pay for it. Cosy was charging $23 a haircut. That's a lot of money. But her marketplace says it's a place where my kid will be happy. My kid he or she enjoys going to get their haircut because it's a fun. Remember, John Taffer says you're not selling Coronas, you're selling experiences. Cosy wasn't selling haircuts. Cosy was selling a great place for kids to go have fun and look good, and the parents loved it. So they were paying a premium. Can you serve clients profitably? It is much more profitable to satisfy a small, ignored niche than it is to compete with everybody else trying to satisfy the big niche. And gentlemen, that's my twin for this week.
I did a little research on her. I looked her up there. She's got her seats in the place, or like there's a Jeep, there's a hand. It just looks fun.
Peter, that is the best. I wish I had thought of that when I put this together. It's a fun place to go for her clients, and her clients are the kids. No, it's not. The clients are the parents of the kids said, wow, I'll gladly pay $5 or $10 more for a haircut because I want little Mary or little Johnny to have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, even if a barber shop would take one of their chairs and convert it like that, for the kids, they would love to come back there.
And they would have a line waiting to sit down to get their kid right. There you go.
I have to show this podcast to one of my favorite haircutting places, American Barber. They have a couple places in town, but they serve veterans well, give us a discount even. But yeah, that's really cool that she thought that. Dick, you want to weigh in on that?
Just a question, did she stay with just the 2 locations, or did she franchise out or expand more?
No, as of this week when I was researching, she only had the 2 locations. Okay. And she's doing quite well. She's she's doing, and by the way, and I don't think she's ever cut hair. She has 17 stylists in one location that works. That's a big location that work for her, and they have to pass all sorts of tests, and that she, because they've got to be kid friendly. It's a kid friendly place.
Yeah. And that goes along a little bit. What I'm going to talk about later is that's a lesson. You open 2 places, you do them great. You don't worry about going to 5 other locations that open up. You have control of the environment, control of the process, and that to me is another lesson for small business.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, that's good. Dick, you want to have some entrepreneurial stuff?
Yeah, it kind of ties in a little bit with what Frank was talking about. I want to talk about customer retention. I think it's probably the most important thing a business can do, and it's probably the least talked about or evaluated. I'm in network marketing, and my product. I have what part of pay is residual. So for as long as a member stays a member for the rest of my life, and then into my daughter's life, I will get paid for every month based upon them being a member. So to me, customer retention is a very big thing that I pay a lot of attention to make sure that I'm at least communicating with the members, not over the phone, but through emails and through simple booklets and things that I made up. Peter, you've seen them, and just making sure they're aware of the latest and greatest things about Legal Shield, and try to make sure they use them and take advantage of it, so that they'll stay on. And then too many times, I find that when I was working, even in business, people would pay more attention to trying to crack the customer that's getting nothing from than the customer that he's getting a tremendous amount of business from. They take it for granted. So I got a couple of stats I'm going to read to you. I don't normally like to read things, but I'm not a good stat guy, so I'm going to have to read them. First one is customers who have an issue dealt with to their satisfaction have a 95% likelihood of repurchasing and telling 5 other people about their experience. If they're not happy, some don't complain, but most of them will. They will tell at least 10 other people about the problem. So you either have 5 people happy, getting good news about you, or you have 10 other people for every customer you want, hearing just how bad your product is. Okay, Harvard Business School report, on average, increasing customer retention rates by 5%. That's 5%. Increases profits by 25 to 95%.
Wow.
So, I mean, some of these figures are astounding. And there's another one that says it could increase it up to 75%. 80% of your company's future revenue will come from just 20% of your existing customers. So, you think of it, if you have 40 customers, 20% of them are going to be increase your revenue over the years. Okay, and then I looked a little bit into cost of acquisition costs versus retention costs, and there's really no, definite statistic, but most sources say that it costs between 4 to 10 times more to acquire a new customer than it does to keep an existing one. So if you're gonna, if you've signed up your customers and you think they're all happy, and say, okay, I'm gonna just focus on new clients, it's gonna cost you 4 to 10 times more to get that new client in the door, and meanwhile you may be, disappointing an existing customer. So I think a couple of things you can do is implement an effective customer retention program. So, many entrepreneurs and businesses believe that they have a great product and service. It's outstanding customer experience. Customer retention will naturally follow. And this is right in the beginning, but only for a while. Customers don't owe you their loyalty. You have to earn it continually. You have to really keep satisfying that customer. Keep talking with them, communicating with them. And there's another stat from Harvard Business School that 80% of companies surveyed said that they offer superior customer service. Guess what percentage of their customers agree with them? 8%.
Wow.
So 8% of the people, the true customers, think they're getting good service, but 80% of the businesses think they're getting good service. So I think, just quickly to summarize, I think you got to keep in mind that your customer is absolutely your lifeblood for your business to continue to grow. Your current customer is that, and they're as you can see by the stats, they're really the backbone of your survival. Now that's not to say you're not looking for new clients and customers. You are, but I contend that your happy customer is your best salesperson. They can give you recommendations, they give you referrals, They could tell everybody, they're either going to say, hey, you got a great product, a great company or whatever, or they're going to be sitting around saying, man, that Bentley, he just has no clue just how bad his product is or the service is, or all the issues are. So I think you have to listen to your customer. Don't talk to them, listen to them. Like Frank was talking about in his segment, they listened. She listened to the fact that there weren't any children's barbers. They listened to the fact that they couldn't solve head lice. If she didn't, she would not have grown her business that way. So I think that the key things is listen to your customer, ask him questions, and listen to what he has to say. Make sure that they're happy, and if they're not, that you fix it. And the word of mouth is the most powerful tool that can help or hurt a company. A happy customer is a loyal customer. Loyal customers have friends and family that respect their opinion and spread the word. An unhappy customer has just as many friends and family to spread the word too. So I think the point I'm trying to make here is your existing customer is absolutely imperative to be happy and grow your business, and they will help you find new clients because you're giving them such great service and listening to their needs. That's it.
Wow, that's great advice. I talked to the computer repair store and got them to institute, after they service a client, to call them within the week, and then 2 more weeks out, 1 more month, and they responded wonderfully. You could also upsell them, all kinds of stuff like that. But retention is a vitally important thing, I think, in business. And when I had my martial arts school in Anaheim, we were so far away from the mainstream of everything, it was very difficult to get anybody in. I was the king of retention. They come in the front door and the back door is nailed shut. They don't get back out. They're like the Roach Motel. They can check in, but they don't check out.
That's right. The long-term value of your existing client is immeasurable. I mean, with me, if I sign someone up and they stay on for 5 years as a member, you can't measure the value from a monetary point of view, but also from the recommendation point of view. I go to Perch and Latanya, Peter, Frank, you've met her, and she's a Legal Shield member. I met, someone say, who am I with? And I don't say a word. She jumps in. You got to get it. It's the greatest service in the world, the whole thing, and that you can't pay for that kind of recommendation.
Yeah, back to my business card. You hand this out, people go and show it everywhere to all their friends. Look at this guy. It's a CD. Oh my gosh, they never the same idea. But they're your best sales staff or your worst sales staff.
Absolutely.
Going both directions. Yeah. Well, that's good. Frank, you want to jump in there at all?
Yeah, let me, you would think that would be so obvious, right?
Yeah.
And yet, let me give you an example, and I wish I don't have, because I throw them out because I get so upset. You get some kind of offer in the mail or whatever, we watch it on TV or something, hey, for Bada Bing company, sign with us, you get a free whatever it is. And I'm saying, hey, I'm a customer, this is pretty cool. So I go and I look at it, and I like the free thing or whatever they're giving. And I looked at the bottom line. It says for new customers only.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of, you nuts? I've been a customer of yours for 5 years, and you're giving a guy who's giving you crap for 0 years a special, and you're not treating me?
Yeah.
They do it all the time. They value the new customer, not their bread and butter, which is their current customers.
Right.
And I think it's Tony Shea. We'll go back to him because he's my Steve Jobs for customer service. The guy from Zappos, he has just the opposite approach. Our customers are gold.
Yep.
Our customers are gold. If somebody wants to go, you know why new people go to Zappos? Because of the customer response that people ask about Zappos. Right. You don't. Well, Zappos not been acquired, but before that, you didn't see Zappos advertised. The customer talked about it. Right?
Absolutely. I heard about Zappos from my daughter. And because I think I've spoken about it before. My granddaughter wanted a specific shoe or boot or something. And she said, go to Zappos. They're great, good prices, great service. And I told you, I ordered something at 9 o'clock at night, and it was at my door front the next morning by 10 o'clock.
It's amazing. There you go. So
Yeah, and I think you're right, Frank. Cable companies are great for doing that. Just aggravates the crap out of me. But that's why I said at the beginning, I think it's one of the least talked about elements for a small businessman to pay attention to. Everybody else, what happens is, I'll go in, I'm going to sell a group resources and small business program. I walk out, I'm the greatest sales guy in the world. I come home, I say, okay, what's my next customer? Not what can I do to make sure this guy gets off to the right start? He has all the information, all those things. So I think it's an overlooked part of running a business.
I'm working with a new client and to build a website, and he's constantly changing his mind on the site, but I keep right with him, tracking right with him, and we do it in real time so he can see what it looks like. He absolutely loves working with me. What other web guy would spend that kind of time to make sure your customer is excited about their product?
You're right.
And
absolutely.
I believe that it's the experience. It goes all the way back to what Frank or Taffer says, it's the experience. Anybody can build a website, but you'll have a different experience with me than you would with somebody else, and so I'll take that. That's good counsel.
Yeah.
Frank, give us an update on your new business, so to speak.
well, yeah, my client, yeah. I'm doing another lesson tomorrow night, as a matter of fact, for the international. My people are outside the country, and it's amazing how I started this project doing this much, and now I found out something this week, which I'm going to hit them with tomorrow night. Let me give you an example. And these are multi-level marketing. They run house parties, right? They run house parties, which is what typical consumer-oriented, especially women businesses do. To give you a story, and I was writing this when you called me, when we started this thing. I invite Dick over to my house, okay? And Peter's my upline. And Peter's going to teach me how to do this stuff. Well, Dick comes over, but he came over from playing golf, all right? Now, I don't know this, and my upline doesn't know this, and Dick got one hell of a sunburn on his arms because he had a short sleeve shirt. And Dick comes over to my house, and my upline throws a very soft pillow to Dick to catch, and it hits him on his arm, and Dick goes, "Whoa, that really hurt." And they're saying, "What the hell's wrong with this guy? He did nothing wrong." Story A. Let me change it to story B, same players. I'm running a house party. Peter's my upline. I invite Dick, my friend, and I do my spiel, if you will. And at the end, my upline says, "Dick, come on over. I want to ask you a question." And this happens every upline, every house party for MLM companies. My upline, Dick, Peter pulls Dick aside and says, "I'd like to have you buy some stuff to support your friend Frank." And Dick goes, "Whoa, what told you to do that for?" And Dick walks out. And my upline says, "Boy, what a jerk Dick was." People are sensitive to what happens at house parties for MLM parties, for MLM businesses. Just like that very soft pillow really disturbed Dick, that very simple question, if it's asked the wrong way, will turn your house party guests off. And that's the lesson I'm going to teach tomorrow night. What worked back in 1985 for MLM house parties, people expect crap like that, and when you do it to them, they overreact and they feel sales pressure. And that's the killer for the MLM business. And that's the lesson I'm going to, amongst many other lessons I'm doing tomorrow night. But that's one of the things that I'm adding to my class tomorrow. And by the way, and it happens in your business, Peter.
Oh yeah.
In your Legal Shield.
Well, absolutely.
Let me finish. What is the mood, and what is the experience, and what is the sunburn your prospects have that you don't know that they have because of previous bad interactions with somebody like you? And it's unfair to you, but that's the way it is. You've got to be careful for the sunburn. Is what I assume for interrupting you, but that's my analogy for my lesson, Arne.
Yeah, we don't call them house parties, but it's a similar thing. Invite people over and make a presentation about Legal Shield and all. I've been at and have done a couple of them, and the way I try to do it, I think Legal Shield counsels us to do it is just not to do that. Hey, can you help dick out and get a membership and all that and I was with a client just this week, at their office about small business plan. And what we just said, my approach and Legal Shield's approach is, hey, I just want to make you aware of a program that we think could be beneficial to you. Let you know what it is. Beyond that, you decide whether you want it or not. I mean, if you don't need it now, great. If you may need it down the road. But my only purpose of this meeting tonight is just to make you aware of the program that's out there, and that's it. So.
For me, when I met with this last client, I try to get them so excited about where their vision and how it can come together. There's no question they want to do business with you. If you can get them excited about the product, I think, like a defender. When they show them this or what you can do with it, and they get a chance to handle it. Of course, it's a physical item. They don't have that, Dick, but they usually get excited. I don't even have to ask for the sell. They just, when can we work? When can we start? And put together a proposal, and off we go.
Yeah, well, I try to do the same thing, because I don't have a physical product, but the person I met with this week in the small business was excited because she saw 3 or 4 immediate needs that this program would fix. Okay, so that's an easy excitement. The other people, they may be sitting there, and some people will say, hey, that's a great insurance policy for my legal issues. And other people say, I don't need it. I don't get legal problems. But the one thing which goes contrary to my sales bringing and upbringing for all the years, is I never asked for the order. I let them say I want it, and I try to make them, see the value of having it and buy it. But I don't go in there and say, hey, I told Ed, I'm not going to call you until Friday. I'm not going to call you 5 times this week. I'll call you Friday, talk it over with your owner, and let me know what you guys want to do.
Right.
That's it.
Legal Shield is a comfort for me. When I learned about it, running a business from home, you risk all kinds of stuff, and any lawsuit. And of course, we know what California is all about. This very litigious state. I have a comfort zone, and I've used Legal Shield twice now.
Yeah. But Frank, I was at a couple of those parties with a friend of mine who works in network marketing, and she had a gentleman that we all know pretty well from our previous meetup things, and he presented, and immediately after he got through presenting, he said, okay, now I want to sit down with all of you and see what you can buy from us, basically. And
I know that guy is like Ned Ryder.
Yeah. And I said, and I was there as a favor to my friend, just to be a seat filler like they do at the Academy Awards. So, I could see the people just, clinching up, saying, "Oh my God, I didn't expect this." So,
yeah. Cringe.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Hang on, guys. Good show.